Hey guys, and welcome back to Liar Liar Royak Plays Mega Man 6. You're here with me, Liar Liar Royak, and
Count Step.
And we're going to be going back to Tomahawk Man's stage because, as I mentioned last episode, we are missing one more thing to 100% complete the collectibles of this game. So the collectible is like maybe 3/4 of the way through the stage, so you've actually got to backtrack a good bit for this one.
Now, I know we got all the bird parts, so when do we get to see Bird?
I actually never use him. Not a single time.
We don't get to see Bird.
No, I forgot to show that off. But it's also like, unless you really no, I take it back. I do use him once, but to no effect.
That's spoilers.
To no, it's to no effect, however, because I actually basically all he does is attacks enemies for you, and he doesn't really do a whole lot of damage, and most bosses are immune to in the wily stages, which is what we're going to be doing.
What you're saying is easy.
Yeah, pretty much. You beat the 4 true bosses for each of the 4 alternate pathways.
What do you think they're going for? Why do you think they even put him in the game then?
Because they wanted Bert to be in the game at some point.
He has to be in there, or else.
In previous games, or maybe it's Mega Man 7, I can't remember, but in most of Beat's appearances, he's basically a save for one time of falling into a pit. He'll go and pick you up.
But you never
Same
fall in
you.
the pit, so you don't need
No, never. There aren't really that many pits in Mega Man 6. It's
a lot of
funny.
spikes, though.
Yeah,
Judging
whole lot
on
of
this-
spikes.
on this stage.
I think they were like, well, people complained about us overusing pits, so let's just put spikes everywhere.
Because those are not the same thing at all.
No, it's just
They
instant
serve
death.
completely different functions.
Yeah, but basically, every time you visit the stage, anytime you visit a stage in Mega Man 6, all the E-tanks respawn. So when you're revisiting these worlds, this is a good time to stock up on your E-tanks, because even if you're like me and you really suck at wily stages, because Mega Man 6 has some of the easiest wily stages, but it's also kind of drawn out. There's a lot of weird bosses that you pretty much have to know how to fight them to be able to beat them, because they're one trick. There's only one way to hurt them, except of course for the rematch. But this is in here is where we're going to be getting the energy balancer. This is a very, very tricky thing to do, because you gotta get it's pixel perfect. You gotta get just on the edge.
Why are you trying to get it so much? What does it do?
When you I'm just trying to see if I can hit it from there, but nope, they planned to hit that. Basically, whenever you pick up an energy pellet, that refills your weapon energy, it will refill. You don't have to be on the weapon; it'll just refill whatever weapon has the least energy. Because normally, when you pick up weapon energy, it goes to whatever weapon you got currently equipped. No, that was Proto Man. He was leaving us the energy balancer. That's his only appearance in the main part of the game for the whole game.
I mean, he just came up and dropped something, and you're like, oh, what was this? And you just stole it.
Yep, that's pretty much what I'm doing.
He didn't say it was yours.
Nope. He just kind of, he probably just poured it in to say, hey, Mega Man, and he accidentally left it behind. But
It's probably full of viruses.
Since we've cleared Tomahawk Man, of course, we don't have to fight him again. And so now we're going to be moving on to the Mr. X stages. They're basically, this is the totally not Dr. Wily Fortress. The very first level, like I said, every Mega Man game, pretty much after Mega Man 2, started having 2 fortresses, or something similar to a fortress for the end game, rather than just having the one. And this one's really reminiscent of, I think it was Mega Man 2. I can't remember which one it was, Mega Man 2 or 3, that had the giant skyscraper that Mega Man was standing on top of in the intro. But this reminds me so hardcore of that, except for as a level.
I'm just amazed at how many times Mega Man goes to space in these video games.
I know, right? Well, I mean, that's Blue Heroes for some reason have a love for space, because it's Sonic goes to space at the end of most of his games. Mega Man goes to space, I died. space.
Mario has some like blue stuff somewhere on him. So
Yeah,
space.
blue overall space. If you space, then yeah, space. But anyways, so I'm gonna be dying a lot in this level, especially just
Only
because.
to the spikes. Well, you could use Bert.
Well, I died to some of the spikes, but Bert doesn't save you from spikes. He won't save you from anything in this game. He's merely an.
What does he have better to do?
All he does is attack other things. Like, he basically does like those flickies that Tails gets when he becomes Super Tails. He attacks enemies nearby you, basically, and deals 1 damage to them. Which, if they have defense, is useless. Now, this is a really tricky secret to get, and I'm going to try. I am just dead set on getting this. So we're gonna be here for a little bit.
You have to like, break that glass.
Yeah, you gotta charge shot, break the glass.
I don't think you did it.
No, I didn't. Unfortunately, that's going to be the case multiple times here. I don't think I ever actually die, so we won't be cutting. Well, never mind. We're still not going to cut, because I think that's the...
Well, I mean, if you count that as dying.
I forgot. Like, it's been a while since I actually was playing this. Like, I of course, pre-recorded all this, all the footage for this.
So he does indeed make it at some point.
Yeah, I do make it. It's just how much time it takes. I don't know. We may end up cutting some of this out if it does take like too long, but like I actually don't remember how long it takes. But these levels pretty much are pretty good about making you use everything, every resource you have in Mega Man's Arsenal.
Don't you need those for the boss battle?
Yeah, but the armors pretty much are infinite usage, and after each Wily stage, it refills everything anyways, which is nice. It could be mean and take it away from you every time. For some reason, I was using the
what are you doing?
I was using the turbo jump button. I don't know what I was doing there. Wow. Okay, so
let's start over. Go to the title screen.
Okay, so we're probably gonna skip. We'll see you in a little bit.
And we're back.
Yeah, I was about to say that. We almost said it at the same time. Jinx on you, I'm wearing blue. Anyways, so yeah, I'm finally gonna make it this time. And you're gonna see the amazingness. You're gonna see the amazingness that is within the confines of this sky sanctuary we've got going on here.
Spikes.
It's pretty much just a shortcut past the hard part of the level, but really it's extremely difficult to get in here to begin with. So you're pretty much just trading one kind of difficulty for the other, namely being finicky platforming. But anyways, so there was a lot of 1-ups in there, and boss.
We're gonna need them all.
And but you're gonna pretty much need every life you can get, because there are no there's no shop in this game like there is in later games. But anyways, this boss I don't know the name of, but this thing used to give this was a game ender for me when I was a kid. Couldn't get past it ever, and it still takes me a little bit to figure out how I'm supposed to damage him here. And then I realized I still don't know how to hurt him. So I'm just shooting at him, and sometimes he's taking damage. I don't actually know what causes him to take damage, so there's that.
Hey, at least they keep going. They don't care if you're there or not.
I'm thinking it's whenever they're in the middle of the track, like when they come down. Well, you can't see me pointing, but
Just
when
try every weapon. See what
Yeah.
works.
Try every weapon. I pretty much try every weapon here, and discover that nothing really works besides the Buster, pretty much. So
Yeah, you're going to beat.
trying beat. This is the only time I use beat the whole game. He does nothing.
No, he provides companionship, and you need that during this
Exactly.
really hard boss battle.
Exactly. It gives me a little more oomph to my self-respect, self-esteem, I should say.
Because you're not as bad as Beathead.
I'm not bad to the bones, what I thought you were going to say.
No,
I'm not bad to the bone.
That's not what I was gonna say.
Since the day I was born.
What are you shooting now? What is that?
It's the Yamato arrow. I forgot what it's
okay.
called. Yamato spear, that's it. Oh, I beat him. I guess I discovered that this is his weakness, so I guess I kind of lied. Because this penetrates shields, and I forgot about that. This attack pretty much will go through any shield in the game. It's kind of like the Trident from Mega Man 9, the Trident shot, or whatever it's called. So that was a boss. Anyways, moving on to the next level. Oh, I suck at Wily stages so bad.
I mean, at least you got through it. When I played Mega Man X as a kid, I would beat all of the robot masters, and then I'd get to the final stages and die immediately and stop.
So there you have it, folks. Mega Man X confirmed.
Yeah.
We're gonna get
X3.
Yeah, Mega Man X3 confirmed. So this
Did you
level.
just fall through the floor?
Yeah, some of those like those orange grates with the ovals in them, you can fall through. It's just kind of like it's not random. It's the same ones every time.
To do that?
Sometimes it's a reason, and sometimes it's just to trick you into falling into spikes. Because you'll be walking, all of a sudden the game will be like, oh, this isn't solid ground anymore.
I thought it was about to turn into a Bowser battle from Super Mario Bros.
Oh yeah. Sorry, Mega Man, but your Wily's in another castle.
Actually, he is.
Yeah, that's appropriate because this is the X castle. Mega Man X's castle. We're gonna be fighting Mega Man X.
Oh, you almost hit that small moon.
I know. I wish that was actually like a thing. Like you could actually, that was some sort of monster pickup or something. See, that right there is another hole you can fall through. If you fall through that, you're dead. And here.
If you fall through that, you're dead.
So this level, like, Mega Man 6 doesn't like pitfalls, but it really loves its spikes.
For a game that doesn't like pitfalls, it puts a lot of pitfalls.
Like false pitfalls. It's not technically a pitfall because it's not a bottomless hole. There's one, and there's another one. Now, as soon as I say there's a lack of bottomless holes...
you never see what's down there anyway, so it could be spikes.
Yeah, they could just program spikes in there. So I go in here just to see if there was actually any secrets that I missed. But there was.
Pretty sure it's just spikes.
Yeah, it's all spikes. All spikes all the time. Same bat network, same bat channel. However,
do the Mets fall through those?
No, the Mets in this level don't walk, unlike in Tomahawk Man's level where they hop towards you.
Oh.
These ones are the standard ones that just kind of sit on the ground and shoot pellets at you every once in a while. I really hate these skull robots. They're so they're just I've never learned to be able to predict them. I don't know.
Are they supposed to be like monkeys?
No, they're just supposed to be little annoying robots that hop at you.
I mean,
It seems like Wily really likes robots that hop. Like, they just hop towards you.
Yeah, they do. They put a lot of those in there.
And this game also really loves the color pink. If you notice, this level is all pink.
Like,
what 3 or 4 of the weapons are
is that they put
pink.
a whole bunch of pink and green together.
Yeah.
And it always makes my eyes bleed. One of the stages had bright fuchsia and lime green next to each other.
Yeah. So this is another boss that's so personalityless that
it's also full of lag.
I've never learned its name. Yeah, it is very full of lag. I don't know if that's the case for the actual NES cartridge when you play, but I had a little bit of trouble.
I can imagine it probably doesn't do too well with it.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on the screen right now, and I had the sprite flicker turned on so that you would get to see every little imperfection happen because of this. But the basic idea of this boss is to use Night. I don't know if it's his actual weakness, but Night Crush actually has the easiest time of hitting him since he's up above you all the time. So I would recommend using it, even if it isn't really his weakness, because it seems to just be doing regular damage.
I mean, I can see why Mega Man would miss. He has to start with bright, pink. The background is just black, so all he has to see is pink.
Yeah.
That's it.
Can you imagine,
blinding
walking around here? This would be horrible. Oh, it's just pink all the time. Like I said, though, this game just loves pink. I believe 3 or 4 of the weapons make you some shade of pink or purplish pink.
I mean, purple's okay.
And then
that's close to blue.
A lot of the recolor levels, when you actually start to revisit levels, are pink. And then even some of the levels before you revisit them are pink.
And the one that was pink and green, I think when you revisit it, it still has the pink. It loses the green.
Yeah, pink.
So
it's like pink. Very pink. So anyways, this time I had a little bit of easier time. It was just luck. I'm not actually good enough to always avoid take so little damage from this boss. But yeah, I ran out of Night C, so I'm like, okay, it's time for the rest.
It looks like most times
there.
you just tank all those meteorites or whatever they are.
Yeah, I just tanked them because, I mean, really, As long as you dole out enough damage, you're going to be just fine. But anyways, that's the end of this episode, I do believe. Yes, it is. So, we will catch you next time, heroes, when we take on Wily 5, or Mr. X4.
Yamato Man.
Sorry.
We're gonna do Yamato Man.
Yes, Yamato Man.